What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at USDCAD, UJ, and GJ. See what we got going on. So right now I'm just marking out my hourly 9 a.m. highs and 9 a.m. lows, just so I could see a quick, if I can find a nice little silver bullet entry from 10 to 11 kill zone times. So if this 9 a.m. low is broken, probably mixed them up, hold on. So yes, if this 9 a.m. low gets broken, which looks like it might, I would like to see a counter trend shift in market structure where price does something that goes like this, where it goes down, shifts up, pulls back into the high, and then continues going higher, targeting 9 a.m. highs. This is what I would like to see happen, but on the higher time frame, like let's say 15-minute, or we can go even higher, we've been going in a downtrend, as we could see right here. And if we go to the hourly time frame, downtrend, 4-hour time frame, downtrend. What we see here on the daily time frame is a shift in market structure. So we see these highs get swept, and then these lows right here, which created the displacement leg that swept this buy side up here, get broken. Now it got broken, it got ran through with displacement. So what I want to see on the higher time frame, I'd like to see price pull back into this zone, which is a 4-hour rejection block that I'll show you in just a second, and continue taking these lows right here over time. Of course, it's not going to be this straight line. It's going to consolidate this and that. It's going to look more something like along the lines of this, probably something like this, and then it's going to consolidate a little bit and then continue going lower. This is what I could see happening if it wants to continue going higher. Now it did tap into the monthly range premium zone, and now it's entering the discount zone, which it is in the discount zone now, so we could be looking for buys, counter trend, but that's what I'm looking for right now. So on the 4-hour time frame, here is the rejection block right here. I just marked it out with 2 lines, and we could see price reacted a little bit on around this level, then broke through it. So if it pulls back into it, respects it, I want to see it pull down even lower. So let's go back to the 1-minute time frame and see if we have a shift in market structure. UJ, let's do the same. Let me mark the 9 a.m. high, 9 a.m. low, which is this right here. 9 a.m. high, 9 a.m. low, low, which has already been broken. Which the 9 a.m. high is yet to be broken. Okay, let me move this to the right, like this. Okay, 1 minute. This 9 a.m. high, 9 a.m. low. Let's see the kill zone. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So price broke through this structure, create a fair value gap right here. If price pulls back into it, we can see a continuation lower, but since it just broke the 9 a.m. low, I want to see it take out this liquidity with energy for me to take an entry at the pullback and continue going higher than 9 a.m. highs. GJ, let's see the 1 hour. This is the 9 a.m. low, 9 a.m. high. Let me make them blue so I don't have to type everything. Alright. And then let's mark the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. kill zone. So we see sweep of liquidity on both sell side and buy side. But I want to see either the 9 a.m. highs get swept or the 9 a.m. lows get swept in order to take an entry. So I placed a alert on it. So right here on UJ, let me get rid of this. We see that there's this little internal liquidity pool right here. Sell side has been swept. Now I want to see buy side get swept. And if this high right here gets swept with energy, then I'll be looking for an entry. So what I would do, I would place a line right here with an alert to see if it does get hit. So right here, price did run higher, rally higher with energy, but no liquidity has been swept yet. So I'm not going to be looking for any entries just yet until this low gets swept, which I will place an alert right here, or this high gets swept. So whichever one gets swept first, if I see a shift in market structure, I will take an entry. So if it were to come up here before taking out 9 a.m. lows, and it does take out 9 a.m. highs, I want to see price shift in market structure, pull back into some sort of POI, and continue going lower, taking out 9 a.m. lows. So now we just play the waiting game, wait and see. Now, if we don't catch anything during AM session kill zone hours, then we could be looking for another setup today during PM session kill zone hours, which are from 2 p.m. to 3. Because looking at Forex Factory, we see that we had CPI at 2 a.m. during London session, and we have FOMC at 2 p.m., which is at the opening of the PM session silver bullet. So if we don't find an entry during the AM session of New York Eastern Central Time, then I'll be keeping an eye out for setups during PM session kill zone. Until then, we just have to wait and see if the market gives us anything. If it doesn't give us any opportunities to trade, guess what? No entries for today. So what? Move on to the next day. We don't want to be chasing trades because this is what causes us to blow our accounts. Instead, what we want to do is take the opportunity that the market provides, that the market offers for that day. And it doesn't offer an opportunity every single day, you know, especially if your watch list is only a few pairs. So we have to be patient. Patience is a very key factor when it comes to trading. It's very important to have patience. I know when I first started, I had no patience at all. I was just hungry, ready to eat. I would take any opportunity that I can, take any trade that I can, and I would blow my accounts. I sat and I asked myself, what's going on? So I started journaling. And then from journaling, I was able to really get an idea of why I've been losing so many trades. And it's because I've been taking trades that don't need to be taken. I've been chasing trades after they've been set and long gone. So instead, what I did is I defined my trading plan. And I'm waiting for my setup to happen. I do not take trades if I don't see a liquidity sweep. Because when I see a liquidity sweep, price is likely to draw to the most recent liquidity on the opposing side. So let's say this 9 a.m. low gets swept. The opposing liquidity for this 9 a.m. low is this 9 a.m. high on the 1 minute time frame, which on the higher time frame is a very small amount, but it looks larger on the smaller time frame. So what I want to see before I take a trade is price sweep the 9 a.m. lows and shift in market structure higher with energy. Now, within this displacement leg, this is where I want to be looking for my points of interest. I like to see price pull back into a nice PD array and then continue going higher, targeting the opposing liquidity, which is the 9 a.m. high. So right now price is pulling up and it has not swept any liquidity yet. So I measured the PD array of this 9 a.m. hourly candle. This right here is the midpoint. Up here is the premium zone, and down here is the discount zone. So in discount zone, price is cheap. You don't want to be selling when price is cheap. In this case, we want to wait for price to get expensive, or in other words, pull into the premium zone, and then we could sell when the price is high. Now, when price is high and premium zone in a point of interest area, this is where you want to be looking for sells. You don't want to sell in discount, you want to sell in premium. Now, if you're looking for buys, then you would be looking for buys in discount because price is cheap and you want to buy price when it's cheap and then sell when it's higher. So I've seen a lot of the times when it comes to swing trading, people like to take their trade at this optimal trade entry, whether this level or this level. Let's say this level right here. with stop losses right above these highs, 6.5. Let's do 7.5, just an extra pip higher, targeting these lows for 3.2, 3.3 RR. So some people will do that, and this looks like a high probability setup. Why? Because if we look at the higher time frames, it's been going down this whole time. So why would you take a buy position when price for the long term has been going lower? So I'm only going to be looking for sells, where I would like to see sells in a POI area, a point of interest area. And right now, my point of interest area on the 1 minute time frame is this level right here, because this is the OTE level of the 9 a.m. high and low candle, hourly candle, and price has been going down on the higher time frames. It's been going down for a while, and we still have liquidity on the higher time frames that we need to tap into, or other point of interest that we want to see price tap into. So right here on the daily time frame, we see that there's an FVG right here that has yet to be disrespected, which means that we could see price tap into it, respect it, continue going higher, or it could violate it. Now, if price violates this level, we go down lower. We have a bullish order block right here. This down close candle was the last down close candle that was created before this huge leg that took out daily external buy side. So we could see price somehow pull into this daily order block, and if it respects it, then we want to see price pull up and continue going higher. Now, if this level gets disrespected, meaning price violates this level, I want to see it pull back into the PD array of this order block, which means above the midpoint of this order block, to continue going lower, taking out this sell side, and ultimately more sell side that's on the higher time frame, such as the weekly and the monthly. So for now, what I'm doing is waiting to see what happens during New York session, AM session, kill zone hours. If price offers us an opportunity, I will take it. If it doesn't offer us an opportunity, I'm going to see what happens during PM session. And if no opportunity is taken, then no trade for the day. So what? Move on to the next day. The market will always be here. There will always be a trade. Okay, so UJ just broke this high. Now I want to see how this candle closes. If it closes above it and then creates a fair value gap above this area or within this area, then we could potentially see a counter trend shift in market structure targeting the 9 a.m. highs, which I'm going to make a little thicker and say blue. Okay. Eat them Snicker bars. There we go. And make it blue. There we go. So it looks like price tapped into it and closed below it. So what do we see here? We see that price wicked above this high, failed to take out this high. So right now, this high doesn't even matter anymore. I want to see price do something around this area. And if it closes above this high right here, I want to see a pullback, continuation higher. But if it wants to continue going lower, we want to see these lows get swept and these lows get swept in order for it to tap into this day, previous day low. Which is likely to happen because of the fact that this high that was created Friday, September the 15th, has been swept and then price pulled back into it. So if it respects the discount zone of this level, which is below this purple line right here, if it respects this discount level, treats it as a form of support, I would want to take buys and continue going higher, targeting higher time frame buy side. So just wait and see what price wants to do. Okay, so we do see a small shift in market structure right here because price created the low, swing high, swing low, shift, fair value gap, price tapped into it, continued higher. But let's see what it wants to do from here. My focus right now is on USDCAD. If I don't see anything on USDCAD during AM session, I will go look at the PM session today. So now we just wait. So look at what we see here. GJ just swept 9 a.m. highs. Now, if I see this low get swept, Let me make it red. If this low gets swept with energy, then we have a shift in market structure. We see something like this. We have a shift in market structure. I want it to pull back possibly into this order block and continue going lower, targeting 9 a.m. lows. So I will put my alert on this line right here. And if price runs through this low with energy, leaving behind an FVG or some sort of imbalance or POI within the displacement leg, I would like to see price then retrace into this level, potentially somewhere a little bit higher, and continue going lower, targeting 9 a.m. lows. Let me just write it here. There. This is what I would like to see. But we could also see that price on the higher time frame, say the 4-hour time frame, that there's this buy side right here that's yet to be swept, and this sell side that's yet to be swept. Make them black, like so. Just a little bit thicker. Give them a little bit of, give them some sort of Snickers bar, Twix bar, like so. Alright, so if I don't see a shift in market structure lower, then price is likely to continue going higher, taking out this external high, and then potentially give us a shift on the higher time frame, pull back, and then an ultimate move lower, targeting 4-hour range low. So this is what I would normally like to see. If I don't see an entry throughout the day or throughout the kill zone hours, I would place alerts on these lines and then let price do its thing. And if it gives me an opportunity, I'll take it. If it doesn't give me an opportunity, I don't take a trade. So we see here on UJ, price swept this high, closed above it. If this candle leaves behind an FV, if this candle closes above this level with an FVG, then we could have a potential buy position right here. Stops below the lows. Let's say 6 pips, targeting 9 a.m. highs for a good 1 to 2 risk to reward. Now, it did close below this candle's high, and it just tapped us in. I'm not in a trade. This is just tape reading. We could see if price pulls back, it could tap into this OB right here. Since it already shifted 9 a.m., swept 9 a.m. lows, it already swept below it, shifted in market structure. It could tap into this level, continue going higher. So let's just see what it does from here. Okay, USDCAD, nothing yet. GJ or UJ, let's see how the 2-minute candle closes. If 2-minute closes with an FVG above this level, it might be a good entry for us. So, no FVG on the 2-minute time frame. And we see the 5-minute candle creating a rejection block. This is why I like to bear in mind the higher time frame, because it could give us a better idea of what's going on. So 2-minute close below, no fair value gap. It could potentially continue going lower or tap into this order block right here. We just wait and see. But it also, if we measure our fib from this low to this high, optimal trade entry within this inverse fair value gap, as well as this order block right here. It looks like GJ is wanting to continue going higher, targeting these external highs. USDCAD, nothing yet. We do see an internal shift in markets or sweep of liquidity, but 9 a.m. lows have not been swept, and I will not be looking for an entry until liquidity is swept. I'm not going to chase price. UJ swept liquidity, shifted in market structure. No fair value gap was created with the candle that broke the highs. So I like to wait and see price to give me a better idea of what to do. So 5-minute did decide to close above it, and then the next 5-minute candle looks like it's rejecting. Well, we'll see. It could tap into this POI right here. Oops, no alert. Which happens to be the 30-minute inverse fair value gap right here. From this low to this high, stretch it out. It could pull back into this zone, continue going lower, or it could sweep 9 a.m. highs, tap into this mitigation block, to continue going lower. Let me just clean up the charts a little bit. They are not, I don't like too much lipstick on here. It makes it harder to see. So price is respecting this FVG right here, which broke this internal high. Which also rests right below this bullish order block. Right above this bullish order block. So again, if I see a shift in market structure lower on GJ, take a short position. Otherwise, wait for this external high to be swept. Price is consolidating a little bit. It's doing the same thing on USDCAD where it's consolidating. We did create a small range right here within this high and this low. So now we wait and see what price wants to do. I'm still not interested in taking any trades unless sell side has been swept. Okay. on GJ, since price just swept 15-minute external highs and on the 1-minute time frame shifted in market structure lower as it closed below this low right here, if this candle closes below this level, leaving behind this small FVG, we could see a potential entry that looks like this. 6 pip stop loss targeting 9 a.m. lows, which it sure does. So I'm waiting to see what price wants to do from here and enjoy the ride. Alright guys, so GJ just swept this low right here, but the candle closed, the candle that swept it hasn't closed yet. We still have a minute and a half left, so it did just sweep it. If it closes below and leaves behind an FVG on the 1 minute time frame, this order block is what I would like to see price pull back into, like this, and then continue going lower. But we are approaching 11 a.m., which is the end of the kill zone hours, and if we don't have an entry by then we don't take an entry at all, because any time between 12 and 1 is lunch hour. Now we do see price closed below sell side with a bearish candle left behind an FVG right within this order block right here. So what I could do is measure the fib, high and the low, remove these levels, extend it. I could place a short entry right at the midpoint. Stop loss right above these highs, or this candle high, targeting 9 a.m. lows. Now this did create a small doji candle right here, which is a little concerning, but I will see what price wants to do from here. Two-minute candle that swept liquidity closed above this zone, so this doesn't validate my entry on the 2-minute candle. The 1-minute candle, it closed right at this level, but the 2-minute closed right above it. So what do we know about wicks and bodies? So wicks do the damage and bodies tell the narrative, and the bodies closed above sell side, which means it's not a valid shift in market structure in my eyes. So in that case, I just wait patiently and see if there is a setup. We could see price pulled back, created this FVG right here, price pulled back into it, continued going lower, swept these lows with a very weak bullish candle. What I wanted to see was a large, let's see if I could draw it. I wanted to see a large body close below this with a FVG right between these levels. So that's where I would have liked to take an entry if that happened. But 2-minute did not close below, so it doesn't validate my entry. So we're going to see what it does from here. Alright guys, it's 11 a.m. No entry for me. What we could have seen is a nice entry right here. This SIBI candle right here that broke this low, because it gave us something like this, and it broke this low, pulled back into it, and continued going lower. So this would have been a nice entry right here, something along the lines of this. Let's say above right here, targeting these lows right here. This would have been a nice entry. We would have already had a 1 to 2, then 1 to 3 right here, and then ultimately a 1 to 4, 6. Now I'm going to see what happens during PM session, but until then, thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below.